Hi everyone, Emma here. I'm so excited to show you how to make this bracelet with these lovely beads that I got from Beebeecraft. So these were part of the unboxing that I did a couple of days ago, and they are so gorgeous. So you get 20 strands of these gorgeous beads. I'll put the links in the description for all of the items that I got from Beebeecraft. It was mostly the different color beads like this and a few little larger rondelles, and we'll be doing something with those in the next video. But these are absolutely stunning, as you can see. So we will put these aside for now, and I'll show you what you need to make this bracelet, and we'll get started on it. So we'll just move those aside. This is the bracelet that I'm going to show you how to make. This clasp I got from another company, but you can use whatever clasp you have. Because this is kind of a cuff style bracelet, you are going to need something like this that's a bar clasp that goes across, but there's many different clasps you can do. You could also make your own. When you're doing this, you could create, like, leave a hole in it, and then on the other side create a bar with a like a toggle that you can put through that hole. I have videos on the different types of clasps, so if you're looking for that, just let me know and I will point you in the right direction. So just to point out, these here are slide clasps, or a slide bar clasp is what they call them. So something like that. But this is the clasp here, really pretty, and it's a fold over clasp. So it comes apart like that. This is the front. And I will be showing a video on how to add this clasp. So yeah, stay tuned for that. So we'll put those two things aside, but for now, let's take a look at what we have and what we're going to need. So for this one, I did two colors. You can do one whole color across. I like these two colors together, so that's why I added it. So this is herringbone stitch, and if you take a look, herringbone goes in rows of 2. So there's a row for the brown, then there's 3 rows for the I think they call it yellow. It's more of like a oh, I forget the name. Anyway, the yellow or gold crystals, and then another row of the brown. And then, of course, your seed beads. These are 15 So let's take a look at the supplies. So for this bracelet, this is a 6.5 inch bracelet of beads. The clasp adds a little bit extra, so it comes to about 7 inches. So these are just estimations of how many beads you're going to need. For the yellow or gold crystals, I used, I think I put 6 strands in this bottle, and you can see there's probably 2 strands there, so maybe 4 strands for these 5 or 3 rows. And then for the brown, I put 2 strands, and this is what's left. So give you an idea of what you need. And then the 15 you don't need a whole lot of 15 For thread, I am using size 6 dragon thread. You can use whatever you like to use for doing herringbone. I will say, usually when you work with crystals, you kind of need a nylon fused thread. Sometimes the crystals, the glass crystals, are sharp and will cut your thread. So but a lot of people will use Nymo thread, stuff like that, not a big deal. So that's what I'm using. And I'm using a size 12 needle. You can use a size 10 needle. I just felt with the little 50 seed beads, if they're uneven, sometimes a 10 won't go, the bead won't pass over the needle. So let's put these guys out and get started. If you're not familiar with herringbone, I have a bunch of videos on that. You can take a look at those. But we're going to try and just do the basic herringbone here. Now, I have to tell you, these beads are so tiny that it sometimes is hard to see the holes. So if you're not familiar with doing herringbone, just be aware that you could run into problems, frustrations on doing the herringbone. So you might want to try a bigger bead. And then there's the 15s. Let's put these here. So we're just going to do, I'm going to do the start and I'll do a few rows and then you can continue on your own. So I have my needle and I have it threaded. We're going to start, of course, with the brown. So because we need two beads for the brown, we're going to pick up 2 for the first row. And then we're going to pick up 2 more for the second row. No, we're going to, sorry about that. I always mess up on the starts. We're going to need 4 of these because when we start our herringbone, you're going to fold them over. So you're actually going to do 2 rows to begin with. So just to let you know, like I said, all the links are in the description. And don't forget to use the coupon code EMMA10 to get 10% off your order. And you also, just to let you know that after $25 in your cart, you get free shipping. So that's awesome. I am going to leave a bit of a tail to hang on to, and then I can, you know, thread that through to finish it off. So you've got your first 4 here. What you're going to do is you're going to go back up through 2. Let's see if I can. Like that, and go back through the first 2. Like, I got camera and lights in my way. I can't see the already small beads. So there, grab those 2, and I'm just going to hang on to those beads so they don't go flippy floppy. So there's your first row, like that. This 1 row, 2 rows. So now we're going to take this thread and we're going to bring it down through the 2 beads beside it. Like that. There. So that's what you should have. And I might just enlarge this for you. There, that's a little better. Now we're going to do our 3 rows of the gold beads. So let's pick up 2 beads. So you're always going to pick up 2. And there's, I'm just wondering if this one's, that one looked a bit deformed, but it's fine. So now you're going to go from the bottom to the top to attach these 2 beads, like that. And again, I like to hold my work so that the bead position stays where I want it. So now we're going to, our thread's coming out of here, we're going to go up through here, like that, and pull it through. It looks a bit kind of wonky at the beginning, but no worries, it straightens out very quickly. So now we're going to go and add 2 more. There, that. So there's the thread coming out here, so we're going to go through the bottom. So you're just going to continue like this till you get your sets on there. There, like that. So let's go through these 2. These will straighten out in a second here. There, like that. that. So that's the first row, the second row. They're always in twos. So now we're going to do 2 more rows of the gold beads. Like that. And go up through these. That. Pick up 2 more. So you can see the holes are hard to see. I find if you take your needle and kind of push on the bead, you often will get the hole. But they are so lovely. Once you have them on, it's so worth the frustration. As you can see, that is incredibly sparkly. There. So that's our second row of gold beads, or yellow beads. That. Pick up 2 more. Let's see if I can find the holes. There we go. Come up through the top. It's a lot easier to do once this section's on. And go through. Just pull my thread down a bit. There. So there's 1 row, 2 row, and this is the final row of the yellow. Go up through here. There. And down through here. Now we need our row of brown beads. So pick up 2 of those. Come up or down through here. And just push them in position. Then go back up through those 2. There. And 1 more set of 2, like that. Bring it through and go back down these 2. Just show you what you have. So that's the start of your bracelet, and that's why you need a tail to hang on to. It's still kind of loose. So there we go. So now with herringbone, what you do is you need to get to the next row in through this first bead. So if we were to do that right now, put our needle through here, there'd be thread showing. So you need something to cover that thread. So most often people will use 50-no beads to do that, but you can use whatever beads you have. So I'm going to go ahead. I put 2 50-nos, and so I'm going to skip this bead. I'm going to go through here, and that's going to secure the end. I'm just going to pull my thread a little bit, pull it through, and like that. So now we're going to start doing our row up top. So for this, we're going to do 2 brown beads. Like that. we're going to come down, just hang on to this. We're going to come down this first bead and just the top one, like that. Pull that through. And you have to kind of nudge these, I find. Let me get this. So if you take your needle and put it in between the two beads and then pull it down, it sits them in the right place. So now we're going to take our threads coming down this bead, we're going to go up this one like this, the next one, and we're going to do the same for the next one. So take 2 gold crystals, your thread is coming out of this bead here, we're going to go down the next bead like that. And again, you see how it's not falling in the position we want, so just pull your thread up a bit and sit them down where you want them. So we're coming out of this bead, we're going to go into the bottom of the next bead and up through it. I had thought about doing this in a different color so it'd be easier to see, but the colors of the beads I have are very dark, so I apologize for that. If you're struggling with seeing what I'm doing, let me know. I will do a video with larger beads and colorful beads so that you can see what's happening. So threads coming out of this bead here, we're going to go down this bead here with our 2 beads on there. Pull and get those sitting nicely side by side. I'm going to tilt this a little more so I'm away from the beads so you may be able to see better. So we're coming out of this bead here, we're going to go up through the next bead. There. Pick up 2 gold crystals. Oh, I almost had it. Okay, then we're going to go down this bead here. Pull those 2 and pop that bead into position. There. There. And then pull your thread. Go through the next brown bead. It's getting a little tougher. There's not much to hold on to here. But definitely gets easier as you add more to it because now you can hang on to your bracelet. So now we're going to pick up 2 brown beads. Like that. And we're going to go through just that 1 bead. Those 2. Bring my needle down. And I'm going to adjust this bead so it sits nicely there. Now what I'm going to do just to make it easier is I'm going to flip my work from the one side to the other. And now it's time. We need to get up through this bead here. So we don't want our thread showing. We're going to add 2 50-nos like that. So you're coming out of this bead. We're going to go through this one like that. And I hang on to it because if you don't, you might loosen that bead because remember we just put that one on. So that's that side. So if you notice as you're building this, your 2 50-nos are going to alternate all the way through. I have seen people go back down and add two to the missing sides. But as you can see, let's take a look. This looks really nice alternating the way it does. So it's up to you how you want to do it. You have options. I like to give options. So now we need 2 brown beads. It's 1, 2, coming out of here. We're going to go down here. Now, normally when I do herringbone, I go down this one and then I move my needle and I go up the next one. But I'll tell you, for this design, it's probably not a good idea. For the whole bracelet, I did not do like one movement, because what it does is it pulls this bead out of position. So just remember that. So normally I would do that, and then I would twist my work a bit and go up through here. So I'll show you what that does. So first of all, these guys, we have to get them sitting correctly. Like that. I'm just going to hold on to it and pull. So it doesn't look too bad. You could probably still do it, but you don't want to take the chance that this bead here gets out of position or crooked. Okay, so now we're going to do 2 gold, like that. Coming out of here, we're going to go down through here, and I'm going to keep it in the down position. Make it a little easier. Reposition these beads by just pulling my thread, and then getting it nice. Now you're going to go up the next bead. That. Pick up 2 gold beads. Like that. Go down the next one. And position that bead properly. Take your thread coming out of this one. We're going to go up through the bottom of the next one. That. Pick up 2 gold beads. That. Go down the next gold bead. One of the other tricks that I was doing was holding your bead up, your bracelet upside down, so that the beads fall. Let me see if I can show you. They fall down. So when you pull the thread, that second bead lands in the right position. But that's like really finicky stuff that you don't really need to know. But I always seem to tell you about it. I just don't want you to be frustrated. I enjoy doing these bracelets so much that I want you to enjoy it too. It's such a sense of accomplishment when you do something like this. So pick up the brown. So we'll do this a few more times. Feel free to ask me any questions. Yeah. So there's a brown. We're going to go down through the next brown bead. And I kind of move my hand position to whatever feels right. And once you get things going, you will start to do the same for yourself. So you can see that brown bead is sitting up. We want that to sit properly. And I found the easiest thing is just to put your needle between the 2 beads and pull the thread a bit, and then take your thread and pull it down. And you're ready to go. Flip it like that. And add your 2 50 no seed beads. Like that. your thread's coming out of here. You're going to go up through this side bead. So you can see how you can easily move that out of position. So I tend to hold on to my thread when I do that to avoid messing it up. Get this thread out of there and pull that like that. So let's do 2 more rows, and then I'll let you get started on yours. And by all means, if you have some bigger beads, use bigger beads too if you want. But it just gives you an idea how amazing these crystals are. The faceted edges of the crystal really make it sparkly. So let's go down through that one bead, and I'm hanging on to my thread. I'm going to put my needle between the two and popped into position. Then pull your thread down, go up through the next bead. Sometimes if your beads are in the wrong position or angled a bit, once you start to add the next row, it will settle because the thread's going to position it. So let's get 2 gold. There. Down through this one. And put your needle between the 2 beads. There. And pull your thread like that. I apologize, I have LED lights, and I think the light is going is failing, so it keeps going from bright to dim. Now 2 more crystals, the gold color. We're going to go down the next bead and put your needle between the thread, between the 2 crystals. Grab hold of that thread like that and pull it down. Go up through the next one. We'll go a little bit faster. Sometimes when I break it down too slow, it gets confusing, especially if you can't see. So 2 beads of the gold. Go down the next gold bead. And I apologize, I'm having a hard time with the holes just because I have a camera in front of me that's kind of in the way. So it is easier when you're doing it yourself. We're going to go up through the brown, pull that, and we're going to add, you definitely get faster as you're doing this, 2 brown. And I'm going to turn this now just to make it easier for me to see. And I'm going to hang on to my thread, put my needle between the 2 beads like that, and then pull it down like that. So you can see it's starting to come along. It looks amazing. I really love this design. So pick up 2 15-0s. I'm very humble. I love the design. I love herringbone stitch, and every time I do a video with herringbone and I talk to people about how much I love it, I get a lot of comments saying the same. And a few reasons. To me, this looks like knitting, the way the rows set up, like cable knit almost. So this is the last one that we'll do. Let me know if you do different colors or bigger beads. If you have any questions, don't forget to ask. Got caught on my finger. Okay. 2 gold. There. And up. 2 gold. Down. Pop that into position. And up. Two gold. What I will do is I will show you how to finish the row, and that's important because if you take a look, see my needles going between the 2 sets of beads all the way through. You need to connect that final row, so I'll show you how to do that. You basically do the same thing we're doing now, but you don't add beads. Put those 2 on. And go up through the brown. Pick up 2 brown. Okay, go down through the brown. I'm going to flip this. And there we go. So when you are finishing off, you want to make sure that you continue to add your 50 on the edge so you don't see any thread. So we'll pick up 2 50 We're going to go through just like we were adding, but we're not going to add. So again, this is where you would add 2 beads. We're not going to add. We're just going to go down this 1 bead, because if you see here, if I can show you, they're all separated. So go down just the 1 brown bead, then go up the following gold bead. So that thread is going to attach the 2 rows together like that. So now go down without adding anything. Like that. Then go up. So there's a big gap here. Go up through the bottom of the next bead. Like that. And you can see it's really nicely adding everything together. But if you look here, it's all split. So now don't add anything, just take your thread, go down the next bead, go up through the next bead, connecting those 2, go down the next bead, go up. So the brown's not connected yet. Go up through the brown bead, go over without adding anything, like that. Let's turn this around. So this is what you have. There, my light just lit up again. I need to get a new light bulb. I wonder if Beebeecraft, I bet you they do have them. Okay, so that is it for this design. Let me know how you make out. And just remember, this is what you could have. This lovely slinky. So that's my category, or my the reason why I like bracelets, because they're slinky. So that's got to be one of the qualities. But these beads are ridiculous. They're so gorgeous. There you go. Take care, everybody, and we'll see you in the next video. Don't forget, all the links are in the description. and use the coupon code Emma10. And don't forget, if you have like $20, you can get a few more things and get free shipping. It's definitely worth it. So there we go. Take care, everybody. Bye.